So, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm being joined today by Jurassic World Biology here.
Hello there. How are we all doing today?
Hopefully, everybody's doing great. I do hope, indeed.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
As I like to say, good morning, park managers.
that's a good one. So of course, you probably could tell from the title what we're doing today is like a little bit of a competition. Him and I will be creating what is known as the Hell Creek Formation of North America, and we have an hour to do that. And So we're going to be doing that, and then we're going to be comparing each other's, and then all you wonderful folks are going to be voting whoever won.
So that is it in a nutshell. I mean,
Yeah.
we could do we could cheat in a sense. We could do the creek formation at 65. So, a massive ash cloud and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So, do you want to do this like as the environment, or do you want to like make a park out of it, like separate enclosures?
I'd say make a park out of it with the creatures that we know that are in the area that are in this game. And luckily for us, there is a lot of creatures in this game from the Hell's Creek formation,
Yeah,
which makes me
unfortunately.
yeah, it just makes it an interesting park. Unlike ages ago, I made a park at a Triassic park, and there's only five species.
That's the problem, yeah. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I wish there was like an early sauropodomorph or something in this game that they can give us. Just like throw us a
Oh,
bone, you know?
and I'd love that as well. Or Postosuchus would be one that a lot of people would love to see.
Oh man, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and start the we have an hour to do this, and we'll go ahead and make our parks. And yeah, we'll see who the winner is like next week or something.
Yeah, when people decide.
Yeah. All right. So 3, 2, 1, begin.
Now I shall begin.
I
So
shall too. All right.
let's start in the watery corner, I think. So I think that's quite scenic for I'm gonna go to the Jurassic Park theme buildings and have it so it's like helicopter landed in. I feel like it looks scenic at the back.
That's a good idea, honestly. Honestly, with like the Jurassic Park style thing about like buildings, it would kind of give it the nice little tropical like look to it.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice. It's like a holiday resort-ish.
Yeah.
Uh, I need to actually remember to put the environment so it's daytime only. I'm not working in the dark.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm glad you reminded me.
The amount of times I always forget to like stick it in daytime only. I'm like so for some reason struggling to make something look nice in the dark. And I'm like, there's an easier solution to
It's
this.
like, wait a minute. They gave us the tools. We have technology.
Yeah. And the dinosaur times, it's fine.
Yeah, no. It's fine. It's fine. We can just we're ahead of everything. All right.
I'm definitely going to make use of the visitor center at the beginning as well. There's a wee bit of decoration.
I haven't like built a proper park in ages. I'm very afraid of how this is actually going to turn out.
For me, I've been really enjoying those episodes where you have been making like scenes from like different shows and things.
Oh yeah.
Like I've been enjoying watching those.
Those have been really fun, honestly. Like, but they're definitely not a proper park or anything like that. Like they're kind of just scenes. So I'm kind of out of my depth right now. I am the loser. Wait, what happened? Oh, no, never mind. Um,
Right. It's trying to think like so I kind of went pretty at the beginning, so it feels like they're in a resort. At the
Oh
same
yeah.
time,
I think I'm
me
going
and
for more.
paths,
What's that?
me working on paths is like, I think it's my weakness. Like I try and include it into my builds, but then in the end, I'm like, you know what? It's not happening.
I know, like at the very, very start of the game, it always goes the same. I'm just like, this is gonna look so pretty and everything. By the end of it, it's just like, as long as it gets from point A to point B.
It does its job.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
reason why I
terrible at
build so
that.
many side Bs.
Yeah,
I don't have
right.
to deal with humans.
Exactly. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot easier.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I saw someone in one of these groups and they'd made a animate path artwork, and looking at it was giving me a headache. I was like,
Like
how was that even?
they
It
designed like a whole ammonite thing.
Yeah, a whole animate shell,
Oh, that is
and it
crazy.
was it was stunning.
That is
And I was
insane.
I just like, yeah, I couldn't comprehend what I was looking at. I was like, I knew what I was looking at, but I was like, the stress to do that.
It's like I know what I'm looking at, but I don't know what I'm looking at.
I've already gone through. I'm already going through the processes of becoming bald, but honestly, if I was to try and make that, it'd speed those steps up a lot quicker.
Yeah, I hear you.
Uh,
Oh man, I'm kind of struggling here. I don't know how to make this look nice.
I'm still working on the pathwork because like a I'm like it's not even that a difficult pathwork. It's just the way the paths are in this game.
Yeah,
It's not the best, but
no, I agree.
I'm hoping with Frontier's game next year they adopt what they're doing in their Planet Coaster game that they're coming out with, and that looks so much easier to do pathwork on.
Oh, what are they doing with that?
So on Planet Coaster, if you've played the first one or Planet Zoo, when you're building paths, you can't actually place things on the paths.
Mm.
You have to be like lined up, and it again can be itself really awkward to do. But in the cases of this new one, you place a path down, you can.
Hello? We lost him. I think we lost him. Can you hear me?
If they added that to Jurassic World, you won't have this. You could probably easily just make a massive plaza and then put stuff on it and decorate it, rather than having to fight the game to make these pretty looking plazas, which I still haven't really achieved. I keep my plazas pretty simple in the grand scale of things compared to other people. But yeah.
I hate to do this to you, but you cut out like in the middle of your sentence.
Oh man,
I didn't hear most of it. I'm sorry.
don't you worry. I might have my mic on too sensitive. What did you hear up to? What did you hear up to?
Let's see. I heard you saying that like something about their paths, and then you cut out, and then I said that you cut out, and I don't think that you heard me. And then,
Oh, I did hear
then you
that
like
bit.
you cut back in. Like what? Can you like add different decorations to the paths and things like that? Is that what you're saying?
You can build on the path, so you can slap a building right down in the middle.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so if they added that kind of feature into, I mean, if you're that bothered in making plazas and things like this,
Right.
it
Yeah.
will it will look rather nice. Because then you won't have to, like, some people already make like almost looking like effects of that already,
Right.
but you won't have to have the struggles you do without mods and things like that to make those kind of effects.
You just get a lot more
So
creative freedom with it.
yeah. Like right now, you just have to sort of like push the building close to what it is like you want to have. You know, like you have to slap the building onto the side of the path. It can't be on the path, and sometimes the path can get in the way of other buildings and things like this.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you get where I'm coming from,
Yeah, I got you. I definitely got you with that because like that is one of my biggest things with this game, especially with the hitboxes and stuff like that. Is like get to be quite a bit sometimes. Where it's like I just want to make this look nice, but this hitbox doesn't let me do that. It's
yeah,
quite frustrating.
it really is.
Like
Um,
I love this game, of course, but you know sometimes it can get to be a bit annoying.
yeah, some parts can just make you pull your hair, really.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's probably why I don't
So
do the parks too much.
something that me and my community always joke about. So in Jurassic World Evolution 2, we started doing the challenge mode again on Southwest USA,
Hmm.
which, to be honest, is a horrific map.
Is it really?
It, it really is. Now, have you done any of the challenge modes or anything like that?
A long time ago. Definitely not
Yeah.
recently.
So I did it when the first week it came out. I booked a whole week of work to play this game, and that's how excited I was for this game.
That's
Been
fair.
a big fan of the first one,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, and when I got to Southwest USA, to me, it's like, you know how they say when pregnant people give birth, and it's sort of they don't remember it afterwards, really, and it's like the body's way of stopping you from, like, oh, that's a horrific thing, I don't want to do that again, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. That's what the Southwest USA map must have done to me, because when I've been back to it, it's like it was horrendous. It really was horrendous, complete. And Yeah,
That
and
sounds terrible. Why would you do that?
you know what? And it's all in the name of, I say fun, but I suppose it, yeah, it's not as bad though as Isla Pena. Still, like Southwest
Oh,
USA is number two's Isla Pena. It really is. That map, that took the biscuit.
dude,
That map, it really did.
yeah. Like man, Jurassic World Evolution 1, I put so much hours into it, and most of it was just trying to beat the rest of those islands. It was terrible.
Every map was easy till you got to Pena.
Yes,
Pena,
exactly.
Pena's the one that either made you stay on and made you leave.
Oh yeah. 100%. Like that is a game breaker right there. Not game breaker, but it's like a deal breaker, I guess, for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Okay, I should probably start doing something dinosaur related. I've spent a lot of time on the opening of where
No,
you
well,
walk into.
I'm thinking the same thing, but I feel like I'm nowhere done with this.
We're already like 10 minutes in.
I know, and I'm still messing around with making the buildings look pretty.
Hey man, like I said, you got to do what you got to do, you know? That's
Oh yeah,
that's part of the battle right there.
I mean it's looking a bit bare at the moment, but in a good way.
In a good way. It's like it's bare in a good way. This
That's all I
reminds
can
me of my
say.
local zoo, honestly. Bare in a good way.
Sometimes I really do overcomplicate things massively. And then I forget there is some zoos which are absolutely magnificent collections. It looks like everything's been built with using laser measurements and things like that. And then you go to the odd zoo where you can tell the owners of the zoo don't want to get actual builders in. But Bob, who works on the bird section, knows how to do carpentry. Um, you get what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely understand what you mean. I've been to some pretty shaky zoos.
Oh,
Oh, that
when
is so true.
I used to study animal management and animal collections and zoology,
Uh,
and I can't really badmouth it now because it's a really good collection. But when I say cowboy, the person that used to own this South Lake Zoo back in the day was an actual cowboy.
uh,
He was like, in both terms, I think if I remember rightly, there's a lot of pictures in wearing like the standard cowboy hat, but then he didn't care much. He cared enough about the zoo that it made him money than the actual upkeep for the zoo. And we used to treat that zoo as a bad example. So we would go to there to learn how not to have enclosures set, how not to have this. And a lot of bad things have happened at that zoo to keepers as well as various other things. Like rhinos escaped and ended up on the motorway,
oh,
which was, yeah, that was quite a bad
that
situation.
is that's no bueno. That's no
Yeah.
good.
But so the thing that took it to me, so me and my mate, we went to check out the bird aviary because
Uh,
we already worked on another zoo on the birds team, and that's our passion was birds and things like that.
mm.
So I said, "Oh, we'll go and check out the wader aviary," and I look on top of the aviary, and I was like, "Is that a crown crane up there?" And he looks up, and it's like this crown crane had made a nest on top of the aviary it was meant to be in, and then just took off to the local town, and we watched it fly off, and we're like well, it's kind of in this. It's kind of also becoming an invasive species, all in one package.
That's what it kind of sounds like right there. He's gonna have like wild rhinos and stuff like that not too long.
Yeah, it's like the safari that comes to your door. It should have been.
Yeah.
It was just nuts. We were like, "What? What is going on here?"
That is something. That is truly something. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was a blessed moment, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But now it got bought by an actual company,
Oh, did it?
and I can't remember the name of the company, but they turned that place around massively.
Oh, that's good.
Like going to that zoo now, it you won't think it was South Lake Zoo. I mean, obviously it is, but you wouldn't think it is what it was if you compare it to what it used to be.
Right, right.
Completely different place to go to. It's a lovely zoo, lovely collection, and you can tell they take a lot of good care to it and put money into it.
Just
It
like
was, it was,
night and day compared to how it once was.
yeah,
That's always good, of course.
oh yeah, massively. It's good like, compared to what it used to be. It's just army.
Yeah. I'm over here like losing a fight with a fence, like some fences right now.
I've only just finished my entrance area.
So what you're telling me is that I'm winning.
Well, it depends. Let's see, quality over time, I say.
Hey, no, 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 no. Quality or quantity over quality. Ah, not really.
Oh yeah,
Just ask Marvel nowadays, you know?
oh, man, that's changing so much compared to like it's a CGI for me. Like I don't know what they've done to it.
Really?
Like it used to be so good back in the day, and now it's you're looking at it, it's like, yeah, there's definitely CGI there. I mean, obviously CGI back in the day, but I think because they spit it out too fast, they're putting too much pressure on the studios. They could do with, slowing it down a wee bit.
Yeah, absolutely. They were just like pushing too many of those Disney Plus shows and everything like that. It's like they didn't have time to work on anything.
I mean, I can't complain about the Star Wars Disney Plus shows.
Oh, that has been
That,
phenomenal.
yeah,
Have you?
Mandalorian,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Hey, what'd you think of The Acolyte?
Loved it. I
Thank you.
actually
Thank you.
really enjoyed it.
I did
I was like,
too.
when people are hating on it and saying all this bad stuff, I was like, are they watching the same thing as me, or
Right.
like it was just very strange, like what people were whinging about. And like, I think it was mainly the fact it was a female lead, and then they had it. For me, what it is, it shows a different culture. It's like most people are expecting every galaxy in this universe to be exactly the same. Like people, it's like religion at the end of the day, Jedi's and everything, isn't it? So
Yeah.
also there's going to be different takes on it, like there is different takes of religion in our world, and that's on one planet. This is spanning over, but it seems like a lot of people are, oh, but the Force isn't meant to be like that, and this, and that, and the other, etc., etc. But yeah, I loved it,
Yeah,
nevertheless.
I really enjoyed it. Like personally, I had a lot of fun with the show, and especially when they teased Plagueis and stuff like that. I was really hyped for a potential season two, and then my
It's
dreams were crushed.
That's what I was giddy about when I saw Plagueis. I was like, no way. But then there was other things that they brought into this. Like, unless you read the books and like obviously a lot of people are just like, oh, I've only seen the films, but I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. I mean,
Hmm.
you can be if you just see the films. Like, I'm not saying you're not, but there's a lot into this show that you probably wouldn't have understood unless you read other material.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Like,
also, Disney got rid of the legends in a sense to make their own sort of thing to it.
right.
But it's like it's slowly leached its way in, but in a way that they can tell it the way they want to. And I can't be mad at that, really. Like they've done it in a good way. It's in good taste, I think, the way it's been brought
Yeah.
into it.
So far, I haven't been too against most of it. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the sequel trilogy per se, but most of the stuff that we've gotten, I thought was really good.
Oh yeah, like with the last one where they just brought Plagueis back, they made it out to be like, oh, he's back somehow. Like one of my favorite
Yeah.
lines in that.
Yeah,
And
it's like as someone whose favorite movie is Return of the Jedi, mostly because Vader sacrifices himself to stop Palpatine just for him to come back. It's like, oh, but that's my sacrifice, you know?
the thing is, though, I enjoyed that he brought him back because I understood the background material to it. It's why I enjoyed it so much that he came back. So I was like, that makes 100% sense to what he's done. But they didn't explain it enough in the actual film
Right, yeah, it's like you don't
for
actually get
people who don't understand that.
yeah.
Like he's just came back. Like, how's he just come back? And there's a whole lot of Sith lore and stuff behind it, Sith alchemy. That's the reason why he's there. You can sort of see in the background, like with all the different stuff they added,
Hmm.
but it isn't really explained in detail. So
Yeah.
someone who's never read anything and just only has the films and the TV shows to go off will be like, Well, that don't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we are finally getting like a little bit more of an explanation, like a build up into it with the TV shows. Because what it's been teased in The Mandalorian and the Bad Batch, it was like a huge portion of it.
Oh yeah,
So we are getting a little bit of it fleshed out, which I think is really cool.
it's been so. I'm looking forward to this new one. Is it? Um, Skeleton Crew.
Oh, Skeleton Crew looks fun. It looks like a very different like slice of Star Wars,
I can't remember the film, but it kind of has the vibes. I'm trying to remember the name.
like the
I'm pretty
Goonies.
sure yeah, that's it. It
Yeah,
has Goonie vibes. It
yeah.
has. I think the issue is a lot of people are going to go, it's not Star Wars. But as much as I agree, it's not Star Wars. I'm also excited the fact it's showing a different kind of sector to Star Wars. Like it doesn't have to be all Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker, because there's a lot going to be going on such a big, galaxy.
Oh yeah, there's like different sides to everything. One of my favorite things that like George Lucas actually said about Star Wars is, or at least according to Dave Filoni, he said this is that any Star Wars can be, I mean, any story can be a Star Wars story. Like that's the beauty of the universe, and like that's something that the Clone Wars really did, where they had like a bunch of different stories. Like there was a kaiju film with the Zillo Beast, or there was zombie films with the Geonosians and stuff like that. It's like you could even do like a American Graffiti in Star Wars, but it would just be like land speeders instead of cars. It's like really
Oh,
the possibilities are endless when it comes to Star Wars.
that's the beauty of it. But the problem is you're gonna have people that are so stuck into it's not the Empire, it's not this, it's not that.
Right, yeah. It's like,
Which is a
obviously
shame.
not everything is gonna be for everyone, but that's how Star Wars is pretty much always has always been, is that there's always like new stories that you can tell in that galaxy far, far away.
I think one of my favorite things right now, I started watching, and it's aimed for like toddlers essentially. But I've been watching it with my kids. I haven't been just sat there with a pocket of popcorn, watching it myself. But
Mm.
I can't remember the name of it right now. It's like Jedi's something like Jedi Academy,
Oh, is it
and
that High Republic show on Disney Plus?
yes,
Ah, yeah, see.
I absolutely love it.
Do you?
Yeah,
Hey,
and
that's
then
awesome.
but it's just funny because I'm pretty sure I don't know if it was a joke or not, as I haven't looked into it myself. But the main character in there is the guy that gets his neck relocated by one of the Siths in Alkali. Trying to
Oh,
put it in a way that you can say it on TikTok.
is it yours in it?
I think that's his name. I can't really remember right
Gets
now.
his neck relocated, so it's the one that Chimera like snapped his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Well,
And it's just like, oh, I'm gonna
like,
I'm gonna be a Jedi soldier and
ah,
get this and that. It's like, yeah, oh no, I've seen what happens to you,
it's like,
son.
no,
You
don't.
ain't making that.
It's like, don't do it. Quit while you're ahead, my guy.
Yeah. The son's happy and bliss not knowing what happens to his favorite character.
Oh yeah, no, no, never tell him. Never show him the acolyte by this point. Yeah,
Well,
I've been thinking about watching that show. I mean, we're mostly watching Bluey nowadays. That's really what my daughter likes to watch. But
oh yeah,
I've seen that recommended to me all the time, and I was like, I wonder if she'll like that. I'm gonna take your
colourful.
recommendation.
It's dead colourful and bright, happy. Like it sort of teaches you life lessons that not everyone's nice, but you can turn them into a nicer situation and have your problems sorted out. It's got nice messages in there for like a young kid.
Right, right.
Uh, I won't say it's massively educational compared to some other shows, but it's definitely a good one on there for kids.
That's
So I
good.
mean,
I want
I'd recommend
high
it.
high quality content for my daughter.
No, it's like, son, you're gonna have to learn some life soil lessons. Your favorite one there, yeah, that's him right there. Just there you go. He's just hit the floor. That's it. I'm sorry, son.
It's like don't get attached to him. Yes.
I got attached at a young age to General Grievous, and look what happened to him. Didn't even last the whole film.
Hey man, if your introduction is the 2003 Clone Wars, then you were only gonna be sad.
I love the fact that passes as a kids show.
Oh, I know.
I remember it was not long ago. I saw a meme to it, someone done like a clip, like people saying this is a kids show, and I was like, oh yeah, there's all that like people like heads are presented on tables, and General Grievous literally crushes a clone's head in front of someone.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, oh
it's
yeah, this is a kid show.
I know it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy how dark 2008 Clone Wars would actually get.
The thing is, though, because it was off camera, it was essentially um like it's down to your imagination. So if you didn't think that, then you didn't know. It's like how The Lost World isn't like an R-rated Jurassic World film because the gore's there, you know what's happening, but it's only subtly displayed to you, like either as like a full lighting or shadows or just simple as blood running down the water. It's so it's not going to get R-rated in that sense because it's down to your imagination to what you know what's happening really, but you
Right.
don't actually see it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, honestly, if you ask me, sometimes censorship could be a lot more violent than like actually just showing you. Because it's like you
Oh yeah,
said, it's left up to your imagination. Like by that point, it could be as terrible as you want.
pretty much. So I'm starting off with a Triceratops enclosure.
Right
I've
on,
got my
right
rough
on.
shape. I've got my mountains, well, not mountains, little hills. I've got my water. I'm just trying to think because I'm kind of going with the pine because it's pine everywhere right now.
Mm.
It's like, do I want to decorate the enclosure so my park fits the environment it's in right now, or do I want to do different environments different ways?
Personally, I'm like
That's
approaching this with like the idea of like some rich person wanted to make a dinosaur park, but he lives in Canada and he doesn't want to relocate, so he's going to try to make all of these environments look as much as the dinosaur environments as he possibly can.
fair play. I like that approach.
Yeah. So we got some pretty tropical looking trees here in the middle of like a mountainy environment. It's kind of jarring.
That's one thing I love about. I usually use the tropical biome all the time,
Mm.
but recently I started challenging myself using the like the taiga biomes more because you can use snow and things like that,
Yeah.
and you can do more things. Like obviously when I do my community park challenges, like if I'm in the middle of a tropical jungle. I know for a second I will at least get 2 or 3 comments of video saying, "Hey, can you do a Utyrannus in a snow enclosure, please?" And I'm
Oh,
like, I'm looking at the, I'm in the middle of a tropical jungle. There's no snow brush. There is no snow in this place.
oh man, that like brings me to another thing. That's something I hope that Evolution 3 introduces is like cross map things, like different brushes and stuff like that on different maps.
That is something I'd love. I'd love to have that where it's just like I can have snow in the middle of Cuba and stuff like this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, this is supposed to be like a creative game. It's like give us the means to be creative, you know?
yeah, and zero restrictions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because yeah, no, that is absolutely a problem that I'm having on the Mesozoic Media Park. It's like there's so many things I want to do, but it's like there's only so many things you can get on that specific map.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean with that one. Like, so I would love to have like because I've made recently with my local streaming community. I say local streaming community. um,
Look, they're only there.
they're around the corner.
Yeah.
They're around the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe in different continents, but they're around the corner.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're always there.
But yeah, so we made a biodome park using their like comments and suggestions, and it just got me thinking it'd be so nice. Like if I wanted a snow globe in the middle of like Central America, I could do that.
Mm,
So like it's tropical around it, but on the inside it's snow. That's why I like making stuff on Prehistoric Kingdom because you can live that pretty much. And
right.
make those snow globes and like what was I like making a lot at the moment? Those stereotypical penguin houses where they have the snow machine. So it's like this big, massive, like almost like a square warehouse
Mm.
with all the stuff like to cool things on this roof and things like that. I've been quite enjoying making those, and it'd be kind of nice to have that sort of vibe.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. it would just make the game a lot more fun if you ask me. Just get more of a chance to do more things.
Oh no. The one thing I would see in Jurassic World Evolution 3, if that is ends up being the game title, they're still being very tight-knit about this the thing is in like in the financial meetings and like let's say financial the oh god, I can't remember what you should call them now. You know when people buy into your company.
Oh, the
Investors
investors
meeting.
meeting, yeah.
So yeah, he really had to think and stop when they were saying when they were talking about the next one about its name. I think with them being so tight knit, even with the investors, what the name of it's going to be, makes me think it might not even be Evolution 3. And it may be, and they might be just being very weird about it by not saying what it's called, but I do have that slight feeling that it might have a different name, maybe.
I think you're
Um,
probably right. If they're being weird about it, chances are it will be.
oh, I'd hope that they add the ability to change the depth of water.
Oh, I
That we
know.
get like dinosaurs can swim. You can have the choice between building a lagoon or making your own kind of pond where you can add your marine reptiles into it.
Hmm.
I want to recreate the scene from Walking with Dinosaurs when Pleurodon captures that theropod. Wasn't it Metrocanthosaurus they catches?
It was Eustreptospondylus.
Streptospondylus, yeah. And then
Yeah.
be completely disappointed because it just looks like this tiny little cat's nipping at its tail.
That is true.
Like, biggest lie of my childhood. That.
I know. I was pretty shocked too when I found that out. I mean, like just the extreme size difference is just crazy. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
25 meters is how it's portrayed, but it was actually like 8 to 9 to 10 meters. What?
It may as well have been Predator X,
Right.
to
Yeah, the
be honest.
Pliosaurus.
Yeah,
Yeah, most likely. Oh shoot, we have half an hour left. Holy
I
cowaroonie.
know. And I'm on one enclosure.
I'm taking way too slow. I'm going way too slow. Dadgummit.
Just like, welcome to Hell Creek Park, where we have, oh, just Triceratops. You enjoy this.
Hey, that's all you need. That's all you
That's all
need.
you need.
What more can you what more can you want? Sure, it's
You want to
not
see T-Rex?
T-Rex, but.
Lying to your guests. No, 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 T-Rex. They were in Hell's Creek. No, no, no. They're further down south. A bit warmer down there.
Yeah, no, they lived near Alamosaurus, they weren't in Hell Creek. I don't know where you heard that from.
What's
Just
that
start gaslighting your guests and everything.
what is the name of the paleontologist? I always forget his name. And he comes out with some really, really crazy ideas, which you're just like, no, that's not true. And everyone argues against him. And it almost like he does it for like as a meme. I can't remember what his name is.
I I'm
Oh,
pretty sure you're probably talking about Jack Horner, huh?
I think it is Jack Horner I'm talking about. Just be like, oh no, 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 no. Triceratops. It's the only meat eater we have here. Like there you go.
It's like you guys don't even have any meat eaters. It's like, what you talking about? I've seen this guy eat so many of our squirrels.
Oh man. I mean, what's the bet? Because like obviously, even in today's ecology, like, you'll see a deer eat a bird, for example,
Yeah,
because it was
exactly.
just there. Like, what's the bet? You just see like a Triceratops go, well, only T-Rex ain't around, and that's an easy snack. I need a bit of protein,
Oh, I guarantee that would have happened if we're being completely honest.
especially with those beaks. I could imagine those jaws, even teeth.
Yeah, no, there's like no herbivore that would ever like pass up the chance for an easy source of protein. Help supplement their diet.
Yeah,
I
only T-Rex.
guarantee it. Let's see here. Honestly, in terms of like the way my parks usually look, this one's not half bad. Even though I'm going way too slow, it ticks me off because it's like usually I'm like really fast with building my parks because I get impatient. But for some reason, now that I'm timed, I'm going as slow as I possibly can.
I think my main issue is I'm talking, so I notice this a lot. Like I like to gas. I really do like to gas. And like when I'm streaming, something that's taken me a week to make, I'm like looking at it like, why did that take me a week to make? That would have taken me half an hour.
Dude, that is really true though, because like I've started streaming a little bit too, and it's just like you just get distracted because you're just talking to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I play this all like nearly every day.
Mm.
So I have during the day where I'm usually just listening to music and just like, you know, banging out these enclosures, as it were.
You can just get into the zone.
Yeah, I get into the zone, but then when there's people there to chat to, I'm like, you know what? These
It's like,
people want to talk about stuff, so I'm gonna
yeah,
nerd out a bit with these people.
all the bets are off by that point.
Yeah. And before you know it, it's taken me like 10 minutes to like not even get halfway through an enclosure.
Yeah, man. Well, I was playing Path of Titans like a couple weeks ago, and I kept like talking to everybody in the chat, and ended up dying a few times because of it. It's quite unfortunate.
I really need to get that game.
You do,
It
man. We're
looks.
gonna we're gonna have to. If you ever do, let me know. We're gonna have to play that one too.
Oh yeah, I'll join up. I'll join up.
Cause that'd
And
be a fun time, man.
it'd be a good. I mean, I played like the free demo on the Xbox
Oh, really?
for a wee bit. Yeah, I played that for a wee bit,
It's fun, ain't it?
and oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I was devastated when I used up my time, even though I spent most of the time what I felt like collecting sticks because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, I know that was so like, oh man, I put when I first played it like what a couple years ago. I didn't know about the whole quest system, so I was like walking around. And I'm like, why am I not growing? And like I kept ignoring the whole things they're saying like collect pine cones and stuff like that. I was like, I don't want to do that. That sounds boring. It's like I just would not grow, and it's
Um,
because I wasn't doing any of the quests.
I was properly enjoying just like taking in the scenery. I was like, oh wow,
It's a pretty
that's
game.
it is a nice looking game.
Yeah. It's like you got really fun mechanics and it looks good. It's win-win. Let's see here.
I started my second enclosure.
I'm on to my third.
Oh, you're steaming ahead,
Yeah,
steaming ahead.
I kind of panicked a little bit when we mentioned the time, so now I'm like kind of like screw if it looks good. I need to get this done.
So like the what I did, I made mine a bit like a modern sort of elephant enclosure. It's pretty bare at the moment. I need to go back and add a bit more detail. But like the plants have got like a rock barrier around it, so the Triceratops can't get into the trees.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
a
I could just imagine them like, oh, I need to get an itch here. The tree breaks, and then the last thing you want is a breaking tree in an enclosure, especially if it's like near other members of its family. Because then if that tree lands on it, it's gonna be a hefty vet bill.
I like the way you think.
When I build, I try and add my own story to it. I think that's the part of this game. Like a lot of time you see people like, oh, I got bored and I didn't do that. It's like, oh, did you add any like your own storytelling to it? And they're like, oh, what do you mean by that? And it's like, well, for example, I've got a whole staff area, etc. Right now, I'm doing double gated systems to get into these enclosures because obviously you don't want the dinosaurs getting out, so you have that double gated scenario.
Right.
So you've got extra bit of protection, and I mean, it's not necessary to the game because they're not going to get out anyways. But it's
Yeah.
your own storytelling at this point, really.
Well, it's just like, small things that make sense for an actual enclosure, It's like, what if this was a real park?
Yeah.
That's like the most fun way to look at it.
And that kind of takes me back to another thing I'd love to see added is shelters.
Oh, I know. I love those in Prehistoric Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
And
making my own. I love.
oh, I'm not good at that, but
I
uh,
make like a lot of time. I copy barns. I have a lot of barns around me, so I'm like, I look at it like, yeah, I could shove an Edmontosaurus in there. Like, I could live comfortably in there.
hey, that's the way to do it though. I like the way you think.
Well,
And I can never remember where anything is too. I'm spending so much time just like looking for stuff. Oh, there it is. I thought it was a zip line. Gosh dang it.
I do that. I always click loads of things, and I'm like, I know I'm after a fence, and it's in the fences icon, but I keep clicking decorations.
I know I always do that and it angers myself.
Oh man, it drives me mad. I'm like, the question is, I'm going to do a Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, but do I want to add Stiggy and Draco to it?
Personally, I added Dracorex to it. So I have like a bunch of juvenile packies with the adults.
Fair play, fair play. You know
Yeah.
what? Like, You know, like how you shorten Pachycephalosaurus to Pachy's? I remember when Jurassic World came out in cinemas in the UK. So Pachy's in the UK is a slang word that is used to shorten people down in like the length of all the Pakistani. And it's like very 50-50 if people like being referred to that. So there's like a bit of a slight uproar in the community from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Shoot.
people weren't happy. I know some
Yeah.
people obviously didn't care. They're like, obviously it's Pachycephalosaurus shortened down. Like, it's a bit of a mouthful to say every time. Like, especially if you're in a bit of an emergency.
Yeah, I know. It's like no, that's always funny though to me, like that whole kind of like cultural divide thing. I have a friend, she's from Scotland, right? And
Right.
like, okay, do you guys like use the word toast? Like say, oh, that guy's toast. Do you say stuff like that?
Yeah, when they've been RIP'd, oh, that guy's just been toasted.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
common. It's more like a military term because it's not every day someone gets toast.
Right. Yeah.
And
Okay, so yeah, cuz like do you know the game Apex Legends?
yeah, I do know that. I've never played it, but I know of it.
Yeah, we were playing that game like a couple of years ago. And one of the characters in the game, she like has a voice line and she was like, you have to wipe out other squads of players. And she was like, I was like, that's another squad that's toast. Like out of nowhere, our friend, our Scottish friend, she's just like, why do you keep talking about toast? It's like, I guess they over there, I'm not too sure how widespread that is. Apparently, that's not like used as a word to say that, someone's been taken care of. And so there's
Yeah,
like this
so
huge cultural divide.
it's I suppose it's not done as shorted as it were. I mean, we've heard the term smoked a fair bit. That person's been smoked,
Right.
but then it's usually like you usually say it full, so people get the message across.
Mm.
So like, oh, he's like you say, oh, he's down, he's out of the count, sort of thing.
Right,
But
right.
it's not like I mean, we short things down in some ways, in the sense of like when asking a question, you don't ask the whole question.
Mm.
Like, oh, like for example, I'll say, oh, is there a remote in there? Like, I know some of my mates who aren't from the UK would just go in there, come back, and like, yeah, the remote's in there, instead of bringing the remote to me. Like, it's a very short down way of saying, it's like, can you go in there and see if the remote's in there and bring it back to me? Is there a remote in there?
Okay, if I'm being honest though, if someone asked me if the remote was like in the room, I'd assume that they would want it. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, is the remote in there? Yep. Oh, do you have it? Oh no, I didn't know you wanted it.
I've had friends from different countries that they took that just so literal, like, well, yeah, the remote's in there, but
That's a
I was like, yeah, cheers for information, but is it on you now? Oh no, you asked if it's just in there, and I told you it's in there.
that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that stuff. I don't know why. That stuff
I
just
just
makes
love,
my heart happy.
I love like telling jokes in different countries with different people from like different mindsets. You just know it won't go well in some places, as it'll go well in your place, because some people take that way too literal. I feel like
Yeah.
sarcasm's a really hard one. Like I feel it's very almost unique to the English sort of speech in a sense.
Right, right. Yeah.
Well, like,
Like with that whole shortening Pachycephalosaurus thing. I think after like the many interpretations of Pachycephalosaurus that I made, I think I had someone message me saying that it was like a no good word in their specific country, and I was like, shoot. It's like stuff you don't even realize.
oh yeah, it's different, isn't it? But then obviously when you're online, you're not thinking, oh, that might be offensive in that country.
Well, no, you're just
It's
like
not
used to
saying,
your country, you don't, and like
yeah,
half the time I don't even consider the fact that my videos get seen around the world.
yeah, I still find it nuts. Apparently, like from what I'm gathering from my message right now, I've got a video, and it just reached over 1 million views.
Hmm.
And right now, it seems to be going through a lot of Spanish talking countries.
Oh, really?
luckily, luckily TikTok have a translate thing, and I'm not having to go back and forth between Google. And I get an easy translation, but there's so many like Spanish comments on it. I'm like, man, like where are we going now? Like,
Oh man, I just learned about that whole TikTok translation thing, and it's definitely been a lifesaver.
oh, it's brilliant. It's the helpful.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, it helps you interact with everybody a little bit more,
Oh yeah,
which
and
is
that's
always a
something.
good thing.
Oh yeah, that's something I love about like being online with Jurassic World and doing stuff in that kind of sense, reaching different people from different countries. Not only do I get to like speak to different people, learn different things, I also learn a lot more about different dinosaurs in that country. Because retrospectively, I bet in America it's a lot of American dinosaurs because America's a gold mine for
Hmm.
prehistoric life. And then in the UK, a lot of people do talk about what native species are over here, things you won't really see in a lot of documentaries, because I feel like a lot of documentaries are heavily US based compared to like the UK things. So
Absolutely, yeah.
it's nice to like talk. Like I've learned a fair few different Spanish creatures and things that I'd like, oh, I never heard of that. Or I've recently had some guy telling me about all these different Polish prehistoric creatures, a lot in the like sort of Triassic period, and even come about in my books. And I was
Hmm.
like, oh, well, okay, that's an interesting. I'm gonna have to delve into that. But then also then it's finding when I find those sort of scientific papers, and they're having to spend about half an hour going on Google Translate to about like 10 minutes of reading.
Yeah, hey, that's like the beauty of it all, though. You get to learn a lot of new things.
Oh yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Anyways, like I've learned a lot more in the past 2 years than I have done of nearly all my time of just reading different things.
Right. Um, oh man, we're down to 15 minutes.
Like yeah, no, I've just looked at my time now. I'm like, I'm on my second enclosure.
Shoot. You're still on your second enclosure? Oh no, dude.
I have to get I might have to get a predator in here like quickly and
Oh yeah, me too. I'm like I wanted to like save the T-Rex because I wanted to be like at the back of the park. You have to like build up to it, right? But I'm almost
oh
out of
yeah.
time.
You know what? It does not feel like an hour. I'm having too much fun just chatting to you, to be honest.
I agree, absolutely. Because like every time I look at the time, I'm shocked. I was like, I swear we had a half an hour left.
And like I did like when I do my streams, I only stream for 2 hours. And 2 hours feels like half an hour.
Oh, it does.
Honestly. I
I
can't believe how quick they go.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Like I don't understand what happens with that.
I think when you have someone to actually talk to and play this game can slip through time very quickly
Hmm.
compared to just like because obviously it's a single player game, really.
Yeah.
Um, so you don't have that usually that chance to talk, and then before you know, oh, it's been an hour, and it's actually felt like an hour because you've just been sat there silently, just chilling, doing your own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, this is competition. This is
Yeah, you're my enemy, my guy.
this it's the new independence. That's what this is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to bring it
Oh man,
home.
I need to bring it home. Yeah, bro. Shoot, man. And I'm also like trying to make these enclosures look distinct from each other.
Oh, I
Really.
didn't do that.
Well, hey,
I'm going with the theme
you
of the
you have
environment.
the smart idea because this is causing me to lose lives.
I'm really intrigued to see what you have actually made.
Or it's gonna be sick. It is
Yeah,
gonna be. Isn't there the Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaurus
yeah,
skin?
yeah. 2001 skin.
Why is like the little icon? Why is it like green and yellow? Shouldn't it be like black and red?
When it comes out, it's pretty. It's not green and yellow, but you also got a bumpy skin in there as well.
Yeah, I noticed the bumpy skin.
Does it
But
look green and yellow?
it
I
did
don't
at
think I've
least.
ever paid attention to
Yeah,
it.
my icon did. I don't know why. Like it says 2001, of course, but for some reason
Oh,
it's like
look at
green and
this.
yellow, and I was like, wait a minute.
I think I might have not even paid any attention. Sometimes when I go into the hatchery, it's almost like I forget my alphabet.
It might- Dude, like right when you open it up, it escapes your mind.
Well, yeah, it is. It's like green and like tannish yellow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that doesn't look like the Jurassic Park 3D Ankylosaurus. I'm
It
trying to
doesn't come
pull
out
here.
like that, that's for sure.
Yeah, like I placed it before, and I've never noticed that. Very strange.
Right. I'm doing a T-Rex enclosure now.
Yeah, me too. I've wasted too much time. We're down to like 10 minutes.
We know it's a T-Rex that's going to win it.
Yeah, exactly. This is where it's gonna have to be. This is what's gonna
Look
get.
at
This is what's gonna get tickets sold.
what's the line? People look at Triceratops like they'll see an elephant at a zoo. Like that
Yeah,
from the Jurassic World
yeah,
film.
exactly. It's like, what are you talking about? People still love going to zoos today. You try to tell me that people are gonna get bored with a dinosaur zoo? As if.
I don't know. Looking at the same Gallimimus for 10 minutes.
I'd be in heaven. What you talking about? I'd be like, I'd be there for like an hour.
I'm like, this is no homocephaly.
Yeah. As
Um,
have you watched Chaos Theory season 2?
I have, and I
Sweet.
absolutely loved it.
Me too. I'm gonna try not to talk about spoilers so that I can actually post this segment, but it was
I know,
great.
yeah. I'm literally waiting for about, I think, 2 weeks before I even make a video talking
Yeah.
about it. So I'd hate to ruin it for someone.
Yeah. I didn't like I couldn't wait because I was so excited about it. So I just like said, hey, you don't want it spoiled, leave now.
That's another thought I was thinking about doing, but I was like, you know what? I've got a lot of stuff to do right now. It's like in Planet Zoo, the Zookeeper animal packs just come out, so I've got a fair bit to do with that. So I was like, I can't afford to just save it to later.
That's fair. You definitely do need to pace yourself with that kind of stuff, especially when there's like a million things coming out.
I've still got like loads of people asking me to do a video of what I think about Rebirth and all that, and any kind of predictions and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
I haven't quite done that yet.
You'll get to it, you know. It's like
Yeah,
sometime in the future.
sometime in the future, amongst fighting kids and dogs and video making.
Oh yeah, you know, it's water under the bridge, you know. But no, that Chaos Theory was beautiful. I loved it. It's absolutely amazing.
I think the way I'm going to do this, because I just realized I've made it way bigger than I need to.
Uh,
And this is a huge enclosure. I might split it in half and have it so that male and female of different like sections.
oh,
I mean, what is the
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and you're only putting them together for breeding purposes.
Right, right.
That kind of vibe. I think that's the vibe I'm going to go for.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm ever gonna try this, but I'm gonna try to do that whole making the snow look like a waterfall thing.
I love doing that.
I've never tried it before. Kind of scared. Let's see. Here we go.
It's about trying to get as thin as you can without losing the snow, I think,
Okay.
is the winning way of doing it.
Get as thin as you can.
Oh, just look at the time. Doesn't it make you feel nervous?
Oh, I wish you didn't say anything. Well, that doesn't look bad, actually. If I put some rocks around that, that actually might kind of look cool.
I think you might have just got some winning points there at the waterfall. I always feel like people go crazy. There's a video I made. I think it's like a week after making this channel, and that video itself still gets tons of comments on it.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, the waterfall one, yeah.
Hey, the waterfall is like a really cool idea. I'm pretty sure I learned it from your video, if I'm not mistaken.
Fair play.
Because like, if I'm not, I think I even commented on it because that was like a while ago, but pretty sure that you're the one that I learned that from.
Oh, it's such a fun thing to do. Just make waterfalls.
Yeah, I wish that you can like actually make them.
Oh yeah, it would be the dream, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be so cool. It's one of my favorite things to attempt to do in Prehistoric Kingdom. Ah, I still want to get a freaking Quetzalcoatlus too. I need to hurry. I'm wasting too much time. I gotta shoot. Uh,
It's fine. They can enjoy the pigeons.
Pigeons. Hey, pigeons are beautiful.
They're like house cats. They honestly are.
That's pretty fair. There's a lot of them are just so used to humans by this point. It's just like,
It's like the common pigeon that we have in the UK.
hmm,
Many people think they're like feral, etc.
hmm.
And at the end of the day, they're just untamed pigeons, in a sense. Nuts
Untamed
how much
pigeons.
it's nuts how much money people spend on pigeons. So where I live, they host like a really big pigeon. Uh, I don't want to explain it. Like almost like a Comic Con for pigeons.
That is
It,
amazing.
it's the
What?
best way of explaining it. It's the best way to buy pigeons. So when I was younger, I used to work in a hotel,
Uh,
and what had happened was someone left a suitcase in the. You know what? I think I forgot to feed the. Yeah, I forgot to feed the Draco Rex. They're all starving to death. Um,
oh shoot.
but, you know,
Feeding.
yeah,
Shoot. Oh no. Do I have that turned off?
I left it on. I like watching them eat. I can't help to leave food in there for them to eat. But yeah. Anyways, this person left his suitcase in the restaurant of the hotel.
uh,
And like, oh, we need to figure out whose suitcase this is. I can't remember whose it is. It was by the door, wasn't by the table. Uh, we open up to try and find ID, and there's like stacks of cash notes. And I was like, oh wow, this is heavy. This is something big. Anyways, take it to reception. The person was there. You were panicking for obvious reasons. He just
yeah.
left some money, and I was like, if you don't mind me asking, what's this for? And it's like, oh, I'm going to buy a few pigeons. I was
Oh.
like, and he was like, oh, if you want, you can come with me and I'll get you in. And I was like, so I was invited to this secret life in my local town, which I had no idea took place, and people spending thousands of pounds on race pigeons and decorative pigeons.
That is
It was
amazing.
nuts. It was nuts.
That is like
Don't,
absolutely amazing.
yeah. I was like, oh wow, this is quite the something.
It's quite the something.
It feels like one of those kind of you have those hobbies that you don't tell people on the first date.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the kind, yeah.
That's how I'd probably explain it.
Hey man, that works.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot. I'm like in
At the
panic mode
time,
now.
I'm in panic mode. I mean, I was like, the way I build this secure enclosure, I usually build it. I'm probably not going to get time to build it like that. I might not even get time to have at least 80 Rex in there, to be honest.
Oh, shoot. Ah, what have I done?
But it's not as long as you think it is till you get onto it.
What's that? What?
An hour doesn't feel as long as
Oh, yeah.
it should do.
No, you are absolutely right. I thought I was like an hour, that's plenty of time. We can get a lot done. Heck, we'll probably be done beforehand. How wrong I was.
Yeah, no. I'm there like, I've been like singing songs that you'd listen to while skipping through a field of roses. Ah, man, a meadow even.
Ooh, even a meadow.
Yeah, that's the thing I always enjoy doing on this game, where I look at actual pictures of real life locations and then try my best to mimic it in the game.
As far as I can tell,
And
that's like the best way to do it.
oh yeah, I think my favorite Avery I've ever made was for Jaileropterus,
Hmm.
and the way it looked was almost like English side, kind of English side, countryside in England, full of meadow style thing. I was like, that's probably perfect. There'd be tons of butterflies and bugs for them to catch. That's yeah, happy days they were when I finished that little enclosure. I think the best part, it took me 10 minutes to do because it was using a few different brushes I don't usually use.
Oh, okay. So you're like really putting a lot of detail into it and everything.
Yeah, and then I just placed down a few temperate trees, and I was like, that looks the part.
Gets the job done. Let's see.
Well, messing around
Okay.
trying to like, get a path straight.
Okay, let's see here. I don't care if this path looks ugly. I got no time to waste. We're down to like 2 minutes.
Wait, what?
Shoot, where is it? I'm blind. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh man.
Come on.
Oh, else we got these 2 minutes. I'm gonna play the
So
card
we-
of slightly distracting you. What's your favorite Jurassic World or Park film?
The first Jurassic Park film.
This one.
It was like near perfect. Near perfect. Like one of my favorite movies in general.
The favorite movie in general.
Yeah, man. What about you? What's your favorite?
My favorite is Lost World.
Lost World is a
I've-
fantastic choice.
I've absolutely adored that film, and it's one I always go to.
It's incredibly underrated. Like it gets like a little bit too much flack, if you ask me.
I think the one that gets the most flack is probably Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, at 100%, man. I used to love that one when I was younger. I still love it, actually.
It's such a good like mix of action than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it's short too, and like, the story's not the best, but it's a really fun movie. It's just fun.
So one of my favorite streamers that I watch, NJ Jurassic,
Uh,
and he's a funny guy. His favorite thing is Jurassic Park 3. That's his all-time favorite film. And I still to this day people like seem to like, is he just doing it for the meme, or is he actually mean it?
that's kind of funny that like when that's what people resort to. It's like, you don't like it, you're lying.
You lying. Oh, no.
We are out of time. I just barely got my last creature in. I think I'm good.
Yeah, my T-Rex enclosure is empty right now.
Oh no!
So I've got 2 enclosures and a nice pretty way into the park, but there's no lighting. So if it goes nighttime, if you've not left the park before 5, then if something gets out, you won't know.
Oh man, it's over for you. So make sure that doesn't happen.
I mean, I got 2 all right enclosures, I guess, out of this.
I'm kind of happy with this. This is probably the best. I'm just kind of upset with how much time I spent on the Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, thinking I had more time to do everything else. That's what I'm kind of upset with myself on right now.
Oh man, I mean, I can't wait to like go around and get some of these screenshots of the park and like little recordings of it.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's honestly very bare bone right now. I mean, the T-Rex enclosure looked like it would have been interesting if I got to finish it.
Hey, man. Now that the challenge is over, you can.
Well, I was thinking, a little idea. We show what we've got now, and then we can come back to it and do something similar again, an hour, and see how far we get in an hour again.
That'd be a good idea, honestly. I've been down for that.
Yeah, finish the parks off in that hour, or at least get another 2 enclosures in.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll probably do is I'll probably like send you some screenshots of my park that you can put like, are you going to be doing a video out of this?
Yeah, I'm going to do a video out of this.
Okay, sweet.
Video.
Okay, so then I'll send you screenshots of my park that you can put at the end of your video, and then you send me screenshots of my park, and then we put those at the end, and people will vote in the comments.
Yeah.
And then we'll, I don't know, I guess we'll do like a part 2, and at the beginning of the part 2, we'll say, hey, Jurassic World Biology won.
I don't know. Sounds like you got more added to yours.
I did, but that doesn't mean it's good, right? It's like, it's a lot. I feel like I kind of like rushed through all of it. Be sure to vote for whoever you thought won. For viewers of my channel, be sure to go and check out Jurassic World Biology's channel. Got the image right here. The link is in the description, of course. He's got a lot of really awesome Jurassic World evolution content. And yeah, be sure to vote for whoever you think won, and make sure to check out his side of the video to see his process in building everything as well. Anything else to say, Jurassic World Biology?
I mean, let's let the best dino nerd win, I suppose.